Hey guys, what's up? This is Edgemeister, and today we're going to go ahead and analyze the new Taken King trailer. So, first of all, before I start into this, I'd like to thank Christopher Niskala, I believe. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, but he is the one who composed this Destiny 8-bit music soundtrack. So, the link to his Patreon and his channel will be found in the description below. So first of all, okay, so we're going to look at some screenshots here, not just the actual trailer, so that we can actually look into everything and analyze it. So first of all, we have a level 40 Guardian. Now, one thing to keep in note is that the level and the light level are now completely separate. Your light level is no longer your level, but we'll go over that in just a sec. First of all, I'd like you guys to look at the weapons, to see that now you can see the burns on the weapon. So you will no longer have to scroll over the weapon to see what burn it is. Also, year 1 weapons have no numbers at the top right corner, as they used to. So it used to be that vanilla would have, a clean looking icon, not year 1, but DLC 1, Dark Below, would have a Roman numeral 1, and House of Wolves would have a Roman numeral 2. That is no longer there. It's only year 1 and Taken King. We can also see that all rare armor on that guy's character goes up to light level of 214, which is way above the light level 34 that we have now. I'm also going to go ahead and assume that our year 1 legendary armor will only bring us to light level 34. As Bungie said, even the rare armor will be better than our legendary armor currently is, so that's not a surprise. We also have a new artifact slot, and we actually see an artifact, which looks kind of like a red gem. We also have a new rare ghost shell. We don't know if rare ghost shells have any perks or not, or if it's just the legendary ones. We also have a new icon for the subclasses, whereas before they're this ball of energy, it's now an actual design. You can also see that underneath where all of your stats for intellect, strength, and discipline are, you can now see a bar showing you the percentage of how close you are to max or not. And the background behind your character will have this cool misty effect, so it's not just clean. And here's a really quick snapshot of some class ships. So I don't have any of the class ships currently, but I can tell you that these are probably new. Okay, now let's look at Shax's inventory. So this screenshot I actually took from YouTube, as you can tell. That's because I could slow it down and take a better screenshot of what I wanted to take a screenshot of, so that you can see his full inventory. Well, yeah, just so that you can see his full inventory. So first thing we have to look at is legendary marks, which we'll go into a little bit more. Another thing is that he's selling 3 ghost shells. Now, I don't know if this is work in progress, but they all look the same. They probably all have different perks, though. You can also see that the legs and the gauntlets can be sold from Shax at level 1. The chests can be sold at level 2, as well as the ghosts, and the helmets will be sold at rank 3. Will your ranks carry over from pre-Taken King? I have no idea. Also, we have our information on how we obtain these legendary marks. So it doesn't work the same as Crucible and Vanguard marks. This is kind of like a unified system. I don't know if it's going to get both of your marks and put it together. I don't know if the cap's going to be 400 to, just because the last 2 were 200. We don't know. But we can see that they can only be obtained from Daily Heroic and Daily Crucible playlists, as well as dismantling legendary gear. So I'm guessing people who come up from year 1 with a whole bunch of useless legendary gear can go ahead and dismantle that and get more of these legendary marks. You can also see somebody completing a daily heroic. Now I believe this is a heroic because he's receiving 10 legendary marks. We also see a free house banner, which means the boss was probably a fallen boss. We also see a legendary engram and the fact that everybody has gotten a legendary engram. So maybe you get a guaranteed legendary engram. And we also see the person gets 1 rare weapon guaranteed. We also see the quests page. So we can also see that there's a page 1 of 2, meaning you can have more than 6 quests. The first one we see on the top left corner is the Sunbreakers challenge, which leads me to assume that this is a Titan because, well, the new Titan subclass is the Sunbreaker. The description says, a tale of Guardians quest to find the Sunbreakers. So I'm guessing that means the Sunbreakers were a society, and it looks to be somewhere on Mercury, which makes sense because that is the closest planet we have to the sun in the Destiny lore so far. And we can see that this is on rank 2 of the challenge or whatever. So I don't know. We know there's steps to them, so this is obviously step 2. And it says Bound by Fire. The next one we have is Nothing Left But the Fall. A tale of a fallen and the city, and their battle for the future of Earth, which is on step 2, Restoration. Which already I'm getting excited for these quests, which I wasn't excited for before. Next one says Next one says A City for Help. A tale of a Golden Age relic calling from the Cosmodrome. And the Guardian, and then it cuts off. So we don't see the full thing, so maybe we have to scroll over it to see the full description. There's a couple that cut off. And it's on step 1, Fallen Saber. Now we don't know if the saber is a weapon, or location, or anything. All we know is it's Fallen Saber. The next one says The Taken King, which is probably the quest that you get after you complete all the main stories and stuff, so you can just start with The Taken King right away. It says, The Taken King has come, the tale of a guardian that went to meet him. And this is on step 4, the Dreadnought. So this leads me to believe that, well, the first 3 steps aren't even on the Dreadnought. They're probably taking place on different planets, trying to ward off the Dreadnought, and I'm just assuming here, speculation, but the Dreadnought might come on step 4. The next one says, The Legion's Beachhead. The Guardians assault on the Cabal Skyburners and wrench and then it cuts off once again. This is on step 1, Shield Brothers. Now these Shield Brothers sound like bosses, or one boss where you fight 2 people, which I don't think Destiny's ever had that except for that one PlayStation mission that I've never played, but I think it's going to be really interesting to fight 2 bosses. Kind of reminds me of Borderlands 2, the Boom Boom boss. Next one says Veterans Tour. The tower offers its thanks to the Guardians for all they've done over the, and then it cuts off again. And they're on step 1, talk to the speaker. So I'm just remembering in the beginning when the speaker says, oh yeah, there's lots of things I could tell you about, the history and lore, but I'm not going to tell you because, screw you. Maybe he might say, you know what, I kind of feel bad for you. I'm going to do it. And then we can also see that the bounty slots have been increased from 10 to 16. Now earlier on in Destiny's lifespan, it was also increased from 5 to 10. So this is the second time we have an increased amount of bounties. We also see kind of like an animation of what happened during the Sunbreakers challenge. This might be the end of it where you actually unlock the Sunbreaker subclass. And then we see somebody going ahead and getting this faction badge. Now, there's one really interesting thing about this faction badge, and that is that you can only change your faction once per week. So you can't say, okay, my Future War Cult is rank 3 now, and I'll go ahead and start leveling up my new Monarchy slot. No, you can't do that anymore. You have to go ahead and buy the new Monarchy 1 week after. So you can only change your faction once per week. And then we have this cool Future War Cult helmet. And then we have a whole bunch of words here, just popping up on the screen, talking about some new stuff in the Taken King. So we have nameplate collections. So this will be a vault exclusively for nameplates. We have an Arms Day. No idea what that is. Artifact slot. So what we've seen earlier with that weird red gem. We don't know what it does yet. We have exotic blueprints, which we will see in the next screenshot. We have collections and vaults, which leads me to believe that all the collections, like nameplate collections, shader collections also shown on here. Those are their own vaults. And then we have, of course, the vaults. So the collections, what they'll do is they'll show you all the stuff you have and you don't have. And the vaults will just act like the vaults before. Now there's an S behind it, so it's vaults, not vault, which means that there will be multiple vaults, which is awesome. So that means I get a vault for my weapons, you get a vault for your armor, and so on and so forth. Then we have legendary marks, which we've talked about before, which you only get from doing daily heroic and daily crucible playlists, as well as dismantling legendary gear. I also hope we get them from Nightfalls, I really do. We have infusion, which I have no idea what infusion does or what it is. I may have missed something, but they will explain it in the live stream tomorrow. And then we have shader collections, which I talked about this before, and we have the level 25 character boost. So this is pretty much an item that has experience that just boosts your character to level 25, which is where Taken King starts. So that means I'm Canadian XA can actually play with me. Okay, so now we have the exotic weapon blueprints page. So I have no idea what these blueprints are for. I'm guessing once you unlock it, you get the exotic weapon blueprint. Or you can just get a blueprint and you can get pieces to put it together. This is all speculation. This will be explained tomorrow in the live stream. So, I'll just go ahead and name off what we have. So first of all, if you look up at the top, you see Collection 1 and 2. I'm guessing Collection 1 will have all of the weapons, exotics, and Collection 2 will have all of the armor exotics. And I don't know where the exotic emblems, ghost shells, ships, shaders, any of those exotics, I don't know where they will go. Currently we only have one other exotic that's not a weapon or armor piece, and that is the Eye of Soul. So we can see that under the Year 1 primaries, we have Necrochasm, Hardlight, Suros Regime, Monte Carlo, Last Word, Thorn, Hawkmoon, Bad Juju, Red Death, Mida Multi-Tool, and Vex Mythoclast. Under Year 2, we have a couple Year 1 weapons in there, which is kind of interesting. So we have Monte Carlo, Last Word, Bad Juju, Fourth Horseman, and Thunderlord. Now, I don't know what these things are doing up here, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that you get them different ways. And your Year 1s will continue to be Year 1s. Now, I don't know if you can upgrade your Year 1s to Taken King exotics or not, but the fact that they have their own slot leads me to believe that no, they will be their own unique thing that people will no longer be able to get anymore. And what I think they should do is buff the Gallahorn, but only the Year 1 Gallahorn, and just keep the Year 2 Gallahorn nerfed so that all of our Year 1 players can continue to brag. We also have some new exotic weapons shown here. We have a new auto rifle, no idea what that is, a new fusion rifle exotic, and what's really interesting is the Sleeper Simulant Heavy fusion rifle is under the secondary slot. So will No Land Beyond and Universal Remote also be under the secondary category, even though they are primaries? Probably, unless this changes. We also have 2 Year 2 primary categories, which means they might have lots of stuff. Also, the fact that this guy just clicks on the Fourth Horseman and gets it leads me to believe that you might be able to dismantle and remantle, if that makes any sense, your exotics. So that means people like Enraged Cinema, who dismantled all 14 of his Gallahorns, might be able to go ahead and get them all back. And also, a real quick reminder, this live stream is tomorrow at Pacific Standard Time. So you might have to go ahead on Google and find out the conversions. For me, this will be 10 o'clock Mountain Time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Will that be tomorrow? I don't know. Because we'll have the things up, the live stream, and I might be watching that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!